Right, so this is our final record in extra time. Not so great. I'm going to focus on, because I got 11 minutes left, on overtime exclusively, because we had 16 opportunities there to have success. Right, and where I started was just talking to other coaches about their approach, right? How do they prepare their team? How do they practice? What strategies and tactics are they using, right? We're all watching the NHL. We all want to do the regroup and reset and do all the same kind of tactics. And when I had those conversations with coaches in our division, coaches in college, coaches in pro, right, there wasn't a ton of difference in the way that we approached it, right, from a practice perspective and from a strategical perspective. So next, I went to our mentality, right? And you can see in games we gave up a lead, right? We lost momentum, right? We couldn't find a way to have success in overtime. Right? Not surprising, I think we all probably would have thought that anyway. That one shootout win came in our final shootout of the season. Right? Games where we were able to gain momentum in the third. Those first 2 wins were our first 2 times that we tied the game in the third. After that, when the other losses piled up, right, we lost that belief and confidence in ourselves. And even though we gained momentum through the third period, it didn't matter in overtime. It didn't matter in the shootout. And I can tell you that I'll definitely be leaning on the notes that I took during Kara Mori's talk on resilience to hopefully change our mentality next year when we do give up a lead, because obviously it's an area that we need to improve upon. Another area that I'd love to have more information, more stats on, but again, 4-letter league, not a 3-letter league, didn't have the resources to find those numbers. Right? Then I went to our in-game execution, right? So what's actually happening in the moment? And when it came to puck possession, face-offs, right, turnovers, so puck management, there wasn't a ton of separation between us and our opponents, right? We had the puck as much as they did. We gave it away as much as they did. So what are we doing with the time that we have it that's so different from them that they have an edge over us, right? And the first place I looked was just puck movement. This graph is borrowed from an athletic article in 2021 by Don Lazuskin. I'm definitely saying that name wrong, and so I apologize to him if he ever should see this, which he probably won't. But and he found that the more complete passes you make in a possession at the NHL level, the more likely you are to generate a dangerous shot. Seems pretty obvious, right? Right? I looked at us. Not a ton of difference between us and our opponents in number of passes. Right? We're in blue, opponents are in red. Same thing with passing completion. Not a ton of difference. Right? So if we're moving the puck as much as our opponents and we're completing as many passes as our opponents, how valuable are the passes that we're making? Right? And what I found in watching video was that our puck decisions and movement were towards less threatening areas of the ice, and it forced our teammates to attack into their coverage almost every time. And I'll show you an example of that here. We have an opportunity to attack good ice, as we heard Paul McFarland talk about yesterday. Right? We stay in the perimeter, we exchange on the perimeter, and now we're attacking through coverage. Right? We'll have another opportunity to cut underneath the defender, to create a 2-on-1, to maybe make space for the puck to go into good ice. Instead, we stay on the outside. We exchange on the outside. The D can keep eyes on the puck and the players. They stay in good coverage. We're going to exchange it 2 more times, and we're going to get pretty much nothing out of it. Right? And you'll see here at the end that we get a shot opportunity, right? Gets blocked, don't even get a shot on net. So in over 20 seconds of possession, we get those 4, right? That magic number, 4 complete passes. We've gained nothing, right? We didn't gain a dangerous chance. We didn't even get a shot on net.